G'day and welcome to Meet the Caster with EJ. In today's installment, we have Micheal Disconcur Roberts. Disconcur, welcome to Meet the Caster.
Hi, EJ. Thanks very much for letting me on the show tonight.
What are your earliest memories of eSports broadcasting?
Well, I guess the first massive event that I watched at home online, was the World of Warcraft Arena Finals. I think it was back in 2014. It might have been. It was it was just watching the whole the presentation, the production, just mind blowing, and the caliber of the teams playing were phenomenal. So it really hooked me into esports as a whole. My first actual memory of my first broadcast was actually for Hearthstone, believe it or not, when me and a bunch of friends got together and we ran our own Hearthstone Cup, or in-house cup. And not only did we just run our own tournament amongst friends, but we also, me and one of my mates, he's called Marzi, game name Marzi, we actually set up a little production studio where we had 6 computers set up, we had 4 web cameras, cables running everywhere, and we actually streamed the event. And I actually got to shoutcast a lot of the matches. And I think it all just came together for me just then. I just love doing it. I love talking about the game, being a part of this production, and just seeing people's reaction on Twitch chat. It was just amazing. So those are really my first big memories, or fond memories of esports broadcasting.
How did you get started in esports broadcasting?
I guess just linking back to what I was saying before, it was just, I guess, luck that me and my friends wanted to try our own luck at a Hearthstone tournament, and just that me and my friend were just keen. We're just really keen guys. We actually both work in the IT industry at the time, at the same location, same workplace. So we're always trying new and weird things with our computers anyway. But we thought, hey, let's stream the event. I was also an on and off Twitch streamer as well at that time, so I was naturally sort of building up a little bit of gear and hardware and expertise anyway. So that's kind of how I got my first start, is literally by running and producing my my first own event. It was kind of a really big thing.
Who are your role models in esports broadcasting?
I've got 2 role models that I really look up to in the industry. The first one is basically, he's a veteran. He's done everything. He's been everywhere, and that would be Red Eye. I think he's a really great bloke. He's really down to earth, and he's willing to share his experiences with other people. So he's a great role model to have, and he's just done so much. I mean, he's even created written his own book about shoutcasting, which I really recommend anyone trying to become a caster, even get into the industry, would read. I remember one thing reading in his book. It said you practice your craft, you'll get all right at casting, and then after a couple of months, you get invited to your first major event, or first event. And I thought, wow, I wonder if that's an NA thing or a Europe thing. Can't be Australia. It's years before you get invited. But the funny thing was, after reading his article, or his book and article, I actually got invited to do Heroes of the Storm Season 1 back in 2015. So 2015 or 2016, sorry. Just like, wow, what he said is true. So his experience and in the industry, it's just boundless almost. He knows what he's talking about. And just my next one is Solid Jake, NA guy, great caster for Heroes of the Storm, does a lot of work in HOTS, and I kind of model myself a bit more directly after him. I want to be involved in the community like he is, and I think he's just, again, another good guy, down to earth. He's got time for everyone. Great, they're just both great role models to try and mold yourself into.
Do you have any precast rituals or habits?
Precast rituals or habits. I'm dyslexic. I have trouble with names. So I read everyone's name over and over and over again to try and get the pronunciation right, and try to call it off on the spot. So I guess I do a lot of name checking. I also do a lot of research. I think not Heroes of the Storm, just casting in general, it's all about creating stories, creating these little continuous timeline of events. And so I do a lot of pre-research into the teams, just who they played, what their players like to play, their sort of, not some of their strengths and weaknesses, but just little bit snippets about why they play the way they do. I guess the biggest one would be Lahal from ton of teams in the region. I think he's on Trump Sports at the moment. He actually plays a lot of poison-based characters, those characters that are sort of niche and in the shadows. And it's just nice having that information. So I guess I do a lot of research on the players themselves and the team dynamics as well.
What do you enjoy about Heroes of the Storm broadcasting?
What do I enjoy about Heroes of the Storm? That's I love the comeback mechanics in Heroes. I think it's great that at any moment in the game, a team that is losing could almost be winning or get themselves back into the game. And I think that's just, it creates such dynamic moments in the games. You talk about turning points. There's 100% hard turning points, and it's not easy to come. They have to earn it. They have to work for it. They have to be able to take an opportunity and then do the correct follow-up moves to it. But watching that, it really starts to again create these stories about the teams. When a team does this massive, big, unexpected wipe of the enemy, they're 2 levels down and they've wiped someone, and it's you get to see their play style. Are they aggressive? Are they going to try and force a fight, or are they going to rotate to a lane and push it to try and gain more experience? Or do they go and grab mercenaries to put pressure on the map? You really start to feel what these guys are like: aggressive, safe, risky, cheeky. And I think those are the moments I really love in HOTS most of all.
What are you looking forward to in season 3?
Season 3. So it's a bit of a weird history with season 3 events in the ANZ region. Back in 2015, the dominating team at the time was Immunity. They actually split. They split into Team Immunity White and Team Immunity Black. In 2016, Negative Synergy had its little splitting as well and created the dominating force Reborn. So I'm kind of excited to see if season 3, if maybe we'll have another split from our current champions Nomia. I don't think so, but I'm excited to see if history will repeat itself in that regard.
Any advice for people wanting to get into broadcasting?
Any advice for people wanting to get into broadcasting? That's the best thing, or the best thing I can really offer is to just do it. Don't think like, oh, I'm going to wait a month, or I'm going to learn the game a bit better. Just start doing it. Download some replays, get into the game, voice. It doesn't matter if it's it doesn't matter if it's good or not, because you have to learn the flow of the game when you first start. And the flow of the game is so important to know when you can talk about something, when you need to literally just be silent and just be quiet, or when I got to ramp up for this. Once you get that flow, you can really start working on the details, the meat of what you're saying. But just do it. Just download OBS, XSplit, whatever your recording software of choice is, and just fire it up. And I would even say, even if you don't have a microphone, let's say you're unlucky and you don't have a microphone, do it anyway. Shout at your screen. Get your mates around and let them listen to you shout at your screen, and just start doing it. It's the Nike, just do it. Let's go.
Thank you for watching. This has been Meet the Caster with Disconcur.